Hi, I'm Jane McKay and I'm from the Learning Development Centre in the School of Health and Life Sciences.
Hi, I'm Deborah and I also work in the School of Health and Life Sciences Learning Development Centre. So we work with students across the whole institution at every level. We support students to help reach their academic goals. So we help them with things like their academic writing, we help students work on their strengths or where they feel they might be a bit worried with things like writing or being critical in their work. So lots and lots of different skills that we can help you work on when you're here.
Yeah, and we should probably point out as well that we work with students of all abilities. So sometimes there can be preconceptions that we maybe just work with students who have failed or whatever, but we work with students who maybe want to go from a 70% to an 80%, as well as students who maybe have resubmissions or whatever. I've been in the role for over 16 years, and my background is in psychology. Before that, I worked for a project called the On Track project, which was designed to help students make the transition from further to higher education. So we've got a good feel for what it's like to make that transition from further education into higher education, and also about lots of the misconceptions and myths and anxiety and fears that are associated with that. So a lot of our job is really about calming students' fears.
My background is my degrees were in English literature, and then more recently I've done a lot of work in education. So my PhD is actually in educational transitions and specifically in college students coming to university. So we know a lot about kind of what goes on, and so we'll hear a lot of students who really felt once they were at university there would be no help. They thought they were going to be completely on their own, left, and they were really, really anxious about that, feeling like they were going to be dropped in and left to their own devices with no support. So Jane and I's entire job is supporting students. So it's to let you know we've got a full team here, and that's what we focus on. So that's one of the things I'm really, really proud about to work at GCU. We've got a whole unit dedicated to supporting students through their entire time at university. And as Jane said, that's not a kind of deficit approach. We're not just saying, oh, if you failed, come and see us. It's for everybody. If you're worried about any different aspects of your time here in terms of your academic type skills, it would be us you could come and see. So that would be writing, presenting, exams, referencing, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a wee second. Just anything that's worrying you with that respect, you can come and see us, and I promise we'll help.
We are here really for you to dip in and out of as and when you feel it's necessary. And the way that we do that is we do have our kind of traditional one-to-one appointments, which are extremely popular. We also run workshops. So once you're at the university, you'll receive an email that tells you about the workshops that you can opt into and join. We'll also come into classes. So it might be that you've got a particular assignment coming up. We call these embedded sessions, and it might be that you've got a particular assignment coming up and that your lecturer has asked us to come along and maybe talk to you and give you some hints and tips for that particular assignment. So that's how we support students. But I think that's one side of it. I think the other side that we've kind of already slightly touched upon, though, is also in helping students with the emotional aspects of learning, which are absolutely massive. And I think it's really important for you to understand that things like academic anxiety, imposter syndrome, fear of failure, perfectionism are unbelievably common. So we do a lot of work talking to students about those things as well, and supporting them with it. So if you're feeling a bit concerned about any of those topics, you're absolutely not alone. It's really common to think that you're the only person, because we don't often talk about these things. It can be really common to think that you're the only person that's feeling a certain way. And what students tell us is things like, well, what if I get it wrong? What if I make a mistake? What are people going to think about me? And what we would say in relation to that is that you have to make mistakes and you have to fail sometimes, and that's just the way it is. It's part of your learning journey. We've all done it. If you are not making mistakes and you are not failing sometimes, then you're simply not learning. So that's really, really important. We see that a lot with students. For example, let's say that they have failed something, and they might come in and see us for a one-to-one appointment, and they might feel, really upset and damaged as a result of that. But we go through the feedback with them and we explain to them, well, this is where you actually went wrong. And then you get this wonderful light bulb moment where the student goes, oh, right, now I can completely see what I need to do next time. So as a result of making a mistake, the student has actually learned. So we would really, really emphasise that to you.
As well, don't ever be scared to come and ask for help as well. I hate the thought of anybody sitting there and suffering alone and thinking they're the only ones that's ever encountered this or ever failed or ever felt this way. I promise you, you're not alone, and I promise you that lots and lots of other people have felt this way, and we'll have had experience of dealing with this as well. So come and see us, and I promise we will be able to help you. I think first off, I would say give yourself a bit of time and a bit of space to be proud of your achievements so far. Really kind of take that in. Not everybody gets into university all the time. Not everybody wants to go. Not everybody can kind of take the work involved in college to take that path to get to university. So I think you really need to kind of be proud of yourself that you've got here. And also, we really hope that you're starting to look forward to university. We don't want this to be something that's kind of at the back of your mind causing you lots of anxiety. Right? So there's a period over the summer where we just really want you to relax and kind of try as much as possible to enjoy the summer, take a breath. It will be a lot of hard work here, but as we said, you're going to be so well supported. There's ourselves in our team, there's your programme team, there's the Student Disability and Positive Living Service. You'll have peer support as well. So there's going to be so much going on here and so much help that you can get. I really hope you can take some time to kind of relax and look forward to it rather than it being something that you're really anxious about.
I would absolutely support what Deborah said there. I think now is a time to kind of congratulate yourself and to really just relax. You've already done a lot of work through the SWAT programme, and remember that the prep for HE module is already there for you. If you are feeling a bit shaky, you can always go back and dip into that as and when required. So something that you need to remind yourself is that you've already got a lot of those skills, and in that respect, you're probably actually going to be a bit further ahead than some of your other classmates. So just remember that that's there. And, sometimes we do find students in this situation maybe flapping a bit and thinking that they need to do lots of additional work, and they might go elsewhere to find that. What we would remind you of is remember that your prep for HE stuff is really contextualised to GCU. Go back to that stuff. Don't get yourself, panicked looking at additional stuff. We really wouldn't recommend that at this time. Just relax and be proud. Once you join the university and you've had a bit of time to settle down, you will receive emails that tell you how you can use our support. So whether it's how to join one of our workshops or how to make a one-to-one appointment. Plus, probably some of us will be coming into your classes and reiterating that information as well. So I don't think you really need to worry about that too much just now. That information will come to you. But I suppose what it's worth us highlighting in relation to that is remember to read your emails. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't and you forget, then you might miss some of that kind of important information.
Yeah, when you do induction to your programme into the university, we will no doubt be there. We'll be in to say hi and just remind you of what it is we do. We'll tell you where we're located in GCU. We'll tell you how to reach us, how to do all those things to book in. Something else as well you might want to keep an eye out for with your emails, just when Jane's saying make sure you keep checking your emails. There will be some information for students who are coming to GCU to take part in a kind of a pre-induction programme as well that we're going to run, like Jane and myself are running, called Bootcamp for University. So look out for that, because that's going to give you the opportunity to come to GCU, to sit in, to meet us, to get a lecture, to get a tutorial as well, to take part in all those different things, and hopefully meet some of your classmates before you start. So look out for that in your emails too.
And boot camp's a really good thing to come along to, as Deborah says. We have evaluated it. We've chatted to students afterwards, and they always consistently say that they really enjoyed it, and it's really helped to improve their confidence.